Welcome to Island Express Hardware, where we work with your budget. We supply all paints, all brands, and all sizes. And we are, of course, the cheapest in Trinidad. We also supply pumps and water tanks, and we also have them in combo deals. Visit us for the best friendly customer service. Need steel, beams, and purlins? We got that. We have top quality lats and boxing board, plyboards, gypsum boards, you name it. Do you love to fish? Have no fear, cause we have all the gears. Visit Island Express Hardware today, located at Rashid Avenue, Kakandi Road, Felicity Shogunas. Welcome to Felicity Banquet Hall, where unforgettable memories are made. Whether you're planning a wedding, birthday party, corporate meeting, or any special gathering. Why choose us? We are spacious, elegant, and fully air-conditioned hall. Customizable seating for up to 200 guests. Beautiful decor and lighting options. On-site kitchen and catering services. We are available 7 days a week. Located at Rashid Avenue, Kakandi Road, Felicity Shogunas. Call the number on the screen today and book now. Visit Island Express today to get your vinyl, your toilet sets, your doors, and also your windows. We supply all items, foundation to finish. Visit us today at Rashid Avenue, Kakandi Road, Felicity Shogunas. You can also call us at 705-1800 or 308-5318.
Okay, my friends, a pleasant, good Saturday afternoon to the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. All our beautiful citizens, welcome to our program, Hardfacts. That is aired Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, starting time 12:15 in the afternoon. Those of you having your lunch break at this point in time, I want to take this opportunity to, grant you and give you this opportunity to call me at 372-2129. That is the number that you can reach us if you have anything that you would like to discuss in our program here today, whether it be problems that you are faced with on a daily basis, whether it be criminal elements in your communities, whether it be infrastructural problems, whatever situation that is prevailing at this point in time, whether you are a business person, whether you are a person in the private sector, maybe you are a government worker, maybe you are an activist in your community, you have an opportunity to call me at 372-2129. At this point in time, my friends, I want to take this opportunity to let Trinidad and Tobago know for a fact that the 13th Parliament has been convened, and you would have realized by now when you look at the multimedia, you look at the daily media, the national media, the social media, all the medias, my friends, you're going to realize that one thing is beaming, and that is the United National Congress government has taken precedent. And again, Trinidad and Tobago, you have the opportunity to call, whether you'd like to congratulate maybe your member of parliament, your minister in government, whatever, whether you are in favor of something that is prevailing, whether you have seen things that is happening in your community, in your country, and you would like to speak about it, feel free. This is your program. This is your Saturday program on Hardfacts. We are live on Sentinel Media, my friends. I am your host, Imam Rashid Karim. And again, my friends, those persons who are locked on via the multimedia around the world, www.com, we would like to invite those persons who are in the Caribbean. Maybe you are in Venezuela, you are in Guyana, you are in different parts of the world, America, South America, North America, you are in Europe, you are in India, you are in Pakistan, you are in Israel, you are in the Gaza, wherever you may be, you have an opportunity to highlight live on this program to let us know what is taking place in your country. We know for a fact that things are happening in the Caribbean, in our neighboring countries like Guyana and Venezuela, and there is a feud that has been ongoing for a period of time, and maybe some of you outside there, maybe you would have first-hand information, maybe you would have videos that you would like to share with us. Feel free to call the number 372-2129. As we begin our program here today, my friends, those of you who are really and truly civic-minded citizens of our country, you have to understand that there was a SOE in our country. The PNM government had established that SOE. It ran for a couple of weeks well, and it did not create any dent when it comes to criminal element in our society. Hence the reason, my friends, there was a landslide victory when it comes to the United National Congress government, where people were so much frustrated. Even in our program here, we were asking the question, knowing for a fact that our country has been ruled and run by tribalistic politics, and we have been asking on this very said program that where it is that the government, the United National Congress, is going to get 3 seats from. Knowing for a fact that from the past trend, we saw tribalistic voting taking place. And we saw that, the country have overcome that, the country have overpowered that, and there was a landslide victory for the United National Congress. Again, on our program, we would like to congratulate the Prime Minister of the country, the Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar, and all her ministers, all her senators. I want to say a special thank you to the Prime Minister today for giving one of my friends, and that is a really and truly hard-working activist by the name of Brian Big. Brian Big, my friends, have been in the forefront of politics, working on the ground for many, many years, and I have seen that the government have recognized him, and they have given him a senatorial position. Again, his mom died just a couple of days ago, and last week Saturday was his mom's funeral. And really and truly, if his mother was alive, it would have been, a different taste in the palate of our dear friend Brian Big. So again, hats off to Brian Big and all those ministers in government. Congratulations as we move forward in representing the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And again, to the senators who have been given that opportunity to serve this country, I do hope and pray that you all will do the best in your ability to perform for the betterment of our country, Trinidad and Tobago. So again, Trinidad and Tobago, welcome to our program. Those of you having your lunch break, I know for a fact that many of you will be eating your fried chicken, your dal puri, your kongs, your roti, maybe your roti and duck, whatever you are eating. And there are some people, like for example, just a while ago, I saw a text, and that text was a person in need. That person in need, and the guy or whoever, told that individual to meet them by local supermarket. I saw that on Facebook, and the person responded and said, look, I walk from my home, which would have been maybe Konopia or around the Las Lomas area, and they went to the supermarket waiting for the individual, and that individual didn't show up. Now the individual put on Facebook that I hope you are happy, right? But that is a kind of a remark that you have to be very, very mindful. You don't know. Maybe that person had good intention, and he was coming to you, and maybe he had an accident, or maybe he had something that was more urgent. Maybe a family got sick or something like that. So, those people, you can't allow yourself to be, overpowered by emotions. That is something that we have been talking about on this show for the longest while. We have been telling people in our country, do not allow emotion to override your mental faculties and make decisions on emotional feelings. I don't like that person. And we're not giving him nothing, or we're not doing this for that individual, or we're not giving this group anything because they didn't support us. I remember this, and this was his slogan. This was his slogan. I'm going to quote this maybe in every program, that when United National Congress, when the UNC win, everybody wins. That was the slogan that really and truly gave people the hope that here what, when UNC win, really and truly everybody will win. Right? So I do hope and pray that, the government of the day, that's the United National Congress, under the astute leadership of the Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar and her ministers, really and truly fulfill that mandate. And in our program, I just want to put down my pen. In our program, you know what we said? And I said this. I said any government, any persons whose manifesto will project that they would abolish, they would repeal, or they would stop the property tax, they are getting the imam's vote. The United National Congress, they stopped the property tax. And I saw this again. I saw this that the Minister of Finance, and I want to repeat this. The Minister of Finance went and said that, you know what? The people who pay the property tax, we will find money and pay them back. Now, very important. The Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar, Director, I think you could pull up that video. I want to really challenge this statement here today and identify, something that the Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar told the press that she don't know where Dave Tanko, the Minister of Finance, is going to get that monies to really and truly repay those people. Now, I tell you something. When you look at the media headline, the property tax media headlines that is being portrayed in social media and national media, as a matter of fact, you're going to realize, Director, you have that where the $134 million that was collected, right? It went in some special fund, right? And that is easy. If it went in a special fund, that money cannot be utilized so fast, right? Government asked Faris, what did you do with the $135 million collected in property tax? Right? This is a question that was asked to the Minister of that would have been rural development and social programs and local government and so forth. Where did you put that money, that $135 million? And these are questions that we are asking here. We are asking it for the citizens of our country, because many of those people outside there, they are very scared. They are very scared. Some people are telling me this, you know what? Imagine this. This is the level. This is the level that our people in our country have to stoop to. That people are leaving their vehicles home now. And they are traveling to the supermarket. And when they reach the supermarket and they come outside, they are calling an Uber, they are calling somebody to pick them up to carry their groceries home, simply because they are scared out of their wits. And that is happening not in the past. That is happening today. So I'm calling on the Minister of Security and Homeland Security, the Honorable Roger Alexander, to come out and let people know, well, hear what? I am in charge now. We are in charge now. This gentleman really and truly have been batting. He have been fighting crime for a long period of time. And the government of the day, under the leadership of Kamala Persad-Bissessar, have appointed him as the Minister of Homeland Security. Right? And I would really and truly would like him to come out openly now and take that bold step and start, putting initiatives in place whereby criminal elements in our country would really and truly either hibernate, either gotten rid of by legitimate means, or, my friends, put things in place whereby those persons who have applied for firearms users license get their permit, so that they can be able to protect themselves and their family from intruders, from home invaders, and so forth. Right? So again, we're dealing with crime here. Director, pull up some of those videos and let us have a small chat on it. Teen kill man while defending female relative. Now that story there, Trinidad and Tobago, we have to be very, very careful. The Prime Minister, the past Prime Minister said this. You know what he said? He said women should be really and truly know exactly who they bring in the bedroom. You all remember that statement? And that was not accepted by many, many persons. But again, it has some merit in that. Here what is going to happen here. That individual, the man who that teenager killed, who he stabbed up, would have been somebody who was attacking his mom. And my friends, in the fit of anger, knowing my mother is being beaten, my mother is being chopped, my mother is being brutalized, my mother is being harmed, the individual, he grabbed whatever he could, and you know what, in the spur of the moment, without thinking, that's the reason why we ask you all this, we tell you all this. When you are in a state of anger, you are in the fits of anger, It is better you stay home. Better you lie down on the floor. Better you remain home. Don't go. Don't go outside, because maybe you will do something that you will regret later. Many of those prisoners who are inside there, as I told you all there, I am a chaplain in the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service, and I saw a lot of things happening, and people complain and they say, Imam, and they cry to me, and they said, Imam, I wish, my life could really and truly rotate back and go back to that incident. I would have never even come out of my house. I would have shut my mouth. I would have not answered back. I would have not done this. I would have not done that. And that is the remorse that many of those prisoners have in the state penitentiary in our country, Trinidad and Tobago. When you look at what transpired last week, we saw the murder. We counted, and something has to be done, We have to know the murder rate. We are calling on the TTPS to reinstate the number of murders in our country. People need to know that. Why it is that they have stopped that. Stop showing and identifying how many people have been killed in our country. That is something that is integral. People want to know that. People want to know either the murder rate is getting more higher or the murder rate is being contained. And that is what is happening, my friends, Trinidad and Tobago. Continue, Director. Pull up the video with the kids, yeah. Thief removes meters to cut power cable, breaking into Champion Bar. Again, that is a normal thing. What we are seeing, my friends, people are doing that. The bandits have reached to that point, intelligent-wise. They pull out the meter so that no current could go into the home. Man killing, shootout with police in Shogunas. Again, murder. A pensioner. This is something that we have to really and truly look into. It seems as though that our citizens, right? And that's the reason why in our program, Hardfacts, I've been begging, pleading, and asking to remove that dreaded property tax. That was done by the present government, and I'm going to support that initiative all the way. Now, imagine this, a pensioner. How much money a pensioner could have at home? How much money a pensioner could have? He's receiving merely $3,500, and people going to rob that individual. My friends, this is not a real place. This is not a real place. Now, when we look at the age group of these people who are lying on the black carpet there, it have a red carpet. Those are the people lying on the black carpet. My friends, those of you who are locked on. Now, those people are young, maybe teenagers, because when you look at the teenagers on the ground, now, if by chance one of those persons, Trinidad and Tobago, if by chance one of those persons had a firearm and they was pointing that firearm towards the police, that would have been 5 casualties. That would have been 5 persons being killed by the police. Because I tell you something, today when you pull a firearm, when a bandit pull a firearm towards the police in the direction of the police, that is not a play. That is not something that they're trying to show that we're strong. No, they are pulling that firearm in the direction of the police to aim and to shoot, to kill, to maim, whatever. And when the police retaliate with full force and 5 and 6 people get killed, you know what they're saying? He was a good son. He was a good daughter. She was a good daughter, and so forth and so forth. So my friends, Trinidad and Tobago, those of you who are locked on, you are looking at this program. This program is Hardfacts on Sentinel Media Broadcasting. I am your host, Imam Rashid Karim, and I'm here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays identifying the anomalies and the challenges that is plaguing our society. 14 immigrants held in Erin for illegal entry to Trinidad. Hey, that is stale news. All right, 14 immigrants held in Erin. That is, that is a quarter drop in the bucket of water, because people are coming in through the back door and they are exiting and entry. My friends, like mosquito coming in a place. So that is stale news that you are seeing. The deportees arrive. Very, very important advice. These deportees, the first thing that should have been done would have found out if that those persons have any criminal record, and the depth and the gravity of their criminal records. If a person would have maybe traffic offense or maybe small domestic things at home, those people can be screened and they can be placed in detention for a while or something. But once a person he's a criminal in the sense that he was charged for firearms offense, maybe murder, maybe whatever, major criminal activity, that person should be incarcerated in prison immediately. Not to be placed in any hotel, not to be placed in any soft place, in a home where they're going to be fed and they're going to be clothed. Because I tell you something, that is going to cost the taxpayers. So those of you who are live and watching our program here, the number 3722129, call me and let us have some small discussion and let us, really and truly direct this program to the multitude of men and women. I'm taking a break now, and when we come back, we're going to take calls from you all. The number is 3722129.
Welcome to Island Express Hardware, where we work with your budget. We supply all paints, all brands, and all sizes. And we are, of course, the cheapest in Trinidad. We also supply pumps and water tanks, and we also have them in combo deals. Visit us for the best friendly customer service. Need steel, beams, and purlins? We got that. We have top quality lats and boxing board, plyboards, gypsum boards, you name it. Do you love to fish? Have no fear, because we have all the gears. Visit Island Express Hardware today, located at Rashid Avenue, Kakandi Road, Felicity, Shogunas. Welcome to Felicity Banquet Hall, where unforgettable memories are made. Whether you're planning a wedding, birthday party, corporate meeting, or any special gathering. Why choose us? We are spacious, elegant, and fully air-conditioned hall. Customizable seating for up to 200 guests. Beautiful decor and lighting options. On-site kitchen and catering services. We are available 7 days a week. Located at Rashid Avenue, Kakandi Road, Felicity, Shogunas. Call the number on the screen today and book now.
Okay, welcome back to our program, my friends. Those of you who are locked on to our program, Hardfacts, that is aired on Sentinel Media Broadcasting. I am your host, Imam Rashid Karim. This program is aired Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, starting time 12:15. This program is geared, my friends, for you, the normal, hardworking citizens of our country, where you can identify whether there's anomalies in your area, whether it be representation from your councillors, from your different burgesses. Maybe you can call and congratulate your MPs for your constituency. Whatever you feel that you would like to air, this is the place to be and identify, so that we, my friends, can highlight whatever is taking place in your neck of the wood. Last week Saturday, Director, you have that video. Last week Saturday, a guy called from I think it was Enterprise Shogunas. To be precise, it would have been Dash Trace and Bagaloo, where he said that box train has been built from the head of the road, and box train has been built from the end of the road, and in the middle there's an empty span of about 100 meters. We are calling on the Minister of Local Government, the Honorable Khadija Amin, to really and truly entertain that piece of the box train, because what is happening, water is coming down, and the water is supposed to be flowing straight down westerly from east to west. But what is happening in that breach where the box drain is not built, water escaping there and causing flooding for these family here. And those of you who are locked on and maybe you have that very sad problem, you'd like us to identify and highlight, we are calling again, my friends. We don't expect it to happen today. We don't expect it to happen tomorrow. But we would expect that the Honorable Khadija Amin, who is the Minister of Local Government, maybe shoot a call to the Shogunas Borough Corporation or whoever in that area, and really and truly identify and maybe earmark that for a box drain. As you can see, again, we dealing with local government here, and that is Khadija Amin. I can't remember the last day I saw a minister go out in the fields and really and truly do any bulwark like what we are seeing Khadija Amin doing at this point in time. So again, my friends, very, very importantly, this is something that has to be emulated by all. I want to say hats off to Ali Zakur. Ali Zakur is the Minister of Transport, and he have declined in accepting he have declined on accepting a priority bus route, a bus pass, to use the priority bus route. Now, I just imagine this. He is the Minister of Transport, and he is telling John Public outside, he's telling the citizens of our country, and that is an example. You know, you don't speak about it alone. You practice it, you implement it in your daily life. And he's saying that, here what? I want to face the challenges that the normal lay citizen are faced with on a daily basis. And he has declined. And I want to say, from Sentinel Media Broadcasting, I want to say hats off to Ali Zakur, the Minister in the Ministry of Transport and Aviation. Thank you, sir, for really and truly thinking about how the citizens of our country felt. And you're going to realize that when we look at the past ministers, they would have blue light. They would have blue light following them in front and at the side, at the back, and what have you. And they would call and maybe identify to certain elements, the police, wherever, that, you know, we are going through there and we don't want to stop at any traffic light and we just want to continue passing. That, my friends, is a thing of the past when it comes to the United National Congress, because I was a part and is a part of the movement of the United National Congress from the inception. From the inception, when you look at my voting pattern, it would have been that, right? So again, I want to say hats off to the government of the day, trying their best to implement, you know, what is a necessity to really and truly establish good communication with the citizens of our country, Trinidad and Tobago. At this point in time, last week, I think it was Wednesday, not last week, Wednesday we did a video where the fishermen, the oystermen, the crabmen of Felicity, they were carrying my team, the Sentinel Media team, to videotape what is taking place at the Conopia River. Director, have that video? Right, pull out that video there. And maybe you could call the guy who is in the mangrove at this point in time. This is a scenery here that what we are seeing. This is a tree that fell across the Conopia River, and that is causing many hardship, because what happens is when those plastic bottles and plastic bags and all those floating things come across there, what happens is shift the garbage and the rubbles across to the sanctuary where the birds and the fishes reside, and that is causing major problem, my friends. It's causing major problem for the fishermen and those persons who maybe traverse that pathway in seeking their livelihood, whether it be fishing, whether it be catching of crabs, whether it be seeking catching of oysters, so many things. And it is really and truly a travesty. It's a really hard thing for those people to really and truly pass along the Conopia River. So they are asking Sentinel Media Broadcasting to identify and to bring about some sort of solution. So we are calling again on the Minister of Local Government to implement some sort of 10 days or maybe some sort of special team who can go outside there with machete, with cutlasses, and cut those branches and trim those branches, and, you know, really and truly clear the watercourse so that the fishermen and you know, those persons who are seeking their livelihood could get some ease. Especially most of those fishermen would go in the morning time, in the wee hours of the morning, in the dark hours of the morning, to really and truly ply their trade, and that is a dangerous situation.
All the water from Shogunas, when it a flood, all the rubbish, all the debris coming down in this river, you're heading out to the mouth. As you can see, this is just one tree that's blocking the river,
right,
the access to our water.
Right, so those of you who are locked on, maybe if you have any information and you would like to share those information with us, you can do just as what those people have done. Videotape it, give us maybe a small message so that we can be able to identify, we can understand the gravity of your problem, and we're going to highlight it here on Sentinel Media Broadcasting. We are here to uplift our country. We are here to really and truly work with the government of the day, right? We saw this, I am listening, huh? And our ears is on the ground. And we are seeing the opposition leader, we are seeing those persons who are in the opposition at this point in time trying to be hypocritical and criticizing a lot of things now, presently, when those very said people, they were in position where they could have corrected all those anomalies. But you know what? They didn't do that. And now it is the time that they are in opposition and this government is in power. We told you that, Trinidad and Tobago. We told you that for the past 10 years, we hardly saw any protest action taking place by certain aspect and certain sector of our country. We told you that. We told you that, and we are going to highlight every protest that takes place against this government on this program, Hardfacts, because we were calling, I was calling on the opposition and people who are affected, people who are suffering, whether it be because of food prices, whether it be because of infrastructure, whether it be because of foreign exchange, come out in the open and, let us all protest. So the government, they would have understood. I am seeing now they are so hypocritical. They like, now they're seeing. Now they get their eyesight back. Like their eyesight was maybe somewhere traveling. Like many of those MPs. While you and I today, we are fighting. We are fighting each other. And we are not making up. Because maybe some people had a different, maybe they had a different opinion when it comes to politics of the day. We are seeing ministers, they are taking their families and friends and they are flying off to North America, they are flying off to the Caribbean islands and they are enjoying themselves, while you and I today, we have to carry the burden. We have to carry the burden of the deficits and the expenditure that they left back to our the government of the day. Let me tell you all something. Trinidad and Tobago, there were 3 point something billion that went missing. That was in the domain of in the public domain. We saw, I remember telling you all this. We asked this question over and over. Where is the $64 million that went missing in TT Post? Right? We asked those questions. Where is the 300 and something? This is the $3.3 billion TT dollars that went missing. Then we asked the question again, my friends. UNC inherits a $570 million debt, a burden to the health minister and Ministry of Health. Right? They didn't pay, the PNM government didn't pay drug suppliers. They didn't pay maintenance contractors. They didn't pay legal service providers. Right? So the new administration under the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bissessa and her ministers, I am telling you all something. A lot of these people are going to get teeth now. All the time, no barking. No barking. Nobody bark. Right? Because when you hear the pit bull speak, nobody barks. But my friends, I tell you something. I'm seeing a change in the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bissessa. She's more firm and she's explaining in a manner that here what is either or. Either you take it or you leave it. That's it. And that is how it's supposed to be. Because for the longest while, for 10 years, you had if you check our program, 3 programs per week for 1 year. That's 150 program. And we are presently about 3 years in this station. So we're talking about we have done REL program. So Trinidad and Tobago, you have an opportunity whereby you can call us and let us know what is taking place in your neck of the wood. Director, you got those guys in the ocean there? In the mangrove? So those of you, the guys who are watching, maybe we are not getting through with you all as we plan to converse with you all because maybe the internet service is not functioning where you are in that location. So we do hope and pray that you all will record with some videos, footings, and let us know what, the country, the minister in local government can do to eradicate the problem. Highlight, yes, but also let us know what we can do. Okay, so my friends, again, Trinidad and Tobago, a lot of things is happening. A lot of things is happening. A lot of things is happening. Director, just pull up the list of senators for me. Okay, so this is the senators that have been selected by the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bissessa and her cabinet. And that would have been guys who we have seen there. The PNM, let's see the PNM. When we look at the PNM, we see Minister Foster Cummins, Faris Al-Rawi, Vishnu Danpal, and so forth. We have seen Emery Brown. And those people are there. Those people are the opposition senators. Now, Trinidad and Tobago, come back to me. Trinidad and Tobago is very, very important now that you understand this. You as a citizen of our country, everything that this present government is going to spend, whether it be monies that they are borrowing from the different international banking system, that money has to be paid back. And I tell you something, we the citizens of this country will have to pay back that. Right? We will have to pay back that. And I am seeing some stringent method that has been adopted thus far, where the Prime Minister stated that persons who are, who are state oriented in the sense that they are in state boards, in government positions and so forth, they have to really and truly fend for their own selves when it comes to housing. So that's a good start. Really and truly, it's a good start. And a very important, pertinent question here is today that I want to ask: what method or what approach or what is it that the government is going to do, right, to ensure that all those monies that went missing, that the citizens of our country really and truly understand, and who will be accountable for all those missing monies, namely the monies that were collected from traffic tickets and all those offenses, penalties and so forth, those monies that were placed in the hands of the TT Post, and we saw it on the national media, we saw it on social media, that those millions went missing. So again, my friends, monies have gone missing. The $136 or $135 million that were collected from property tax, I think that that should be something that the government of the day should beat and beat and beat until they really and truly find that money, so that that money can be repaid back to the persons who paid the property tax. Now I tell you something, the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bissessa, in the true sense of the words, really doesn't, right, have any onus to pay that money. Because I remember on many of her political platforms, she was saying that we should not pay that property tax. That property tax is an illegal tax, and the method that they implemented in collecting that tax would have been an illegal method that they're using, and so many things. But yet still, because of the scared tactics that was used by the finance minister, that tactics really and truly work, because a lot of people, a lot of law-abiding citizens, because you tell me something, all those persons who paid that money, those people are law-abiding citizens. Maybe they were the cream of the crop. They were so much frightened that their sons and their daughters, if they don't pay the property tax, their property will be taken and sold, and their children and their loved ones and their parents and their husbands and their family members will be on the streets. Those were the law-abiding citizens of our country. Some merit, so some sort of merit should be considered when it comes to repaying or giving those people options where they can benefit from, whether a new tax will be implemented and they would have that receipt, and that receipt could go towards that new, whether it be the land and building tax or any other new implementation of taxes that will be instituted. But when it comes to the property tax, I tell you all something, the citizens of our country should not pay that. Why? Because when you look at it, you build a house. Trinidad and Tobago, I want to really and truly dissect something for you. You know, right, that every property that you buy, if you buy a property today, and that property was maybe $1.3 million value, and it has a house in that property, you have to pay taxes of $100,000 tax stamp duty on the remaining portion, because I know for a fact that $1.2 million you are tax exempted, right? I give you an example. One person called me, right? Here is good, Trinidad and Tobago. And this is why, the government of the day need to clean house and get rid of all those miscreants in places like immigration, right? Because news is coming in here. People are saying things when it comes to town and country, when it comes to different aspect, when it comes to license office, when it comes to registration of vehicles and so forth. There's a lot of information that is coming to our studio, but really and truly we can't come outside here and just read and advertise. We have to really and truly dissect, take it easy, and know how we, disseminating this knowledge. People are saying that they are paying monies to get services done through the back door. They are saying that. If you want to call it bribe, that's your business. But we tell you on this program, Trinidad and Tobago, no governmental agencies take any bribe. No officers in any government agencies take a bribe. What they do take, though, is a gift, a token of appreciation. Right? And this guy was telling me that, hear me good, listen, Trinidad and Tobago, I want you all to listen to this. His property was valued at $1.5 million. And after a period of time, the persons who were trying to buy this property and so forth, the deal didn't come through. And they got another appraiser now, and the appraiser got through with the same property that was valued 1.5. Just a couple of years, it is now valued at $1 million. You tell me something. And the hard part about it is that when they put in the first one, they had was to pay exorbitant taxes, stamp duties. Now with this one, you don't have to pay no stamp duty because it is under 1.2 million. So you tell me, Trinidad and Tobago, what really and truly going on here? Why it is that, we cannot get things easy, a step-by-step format where we have 5 things to get. You want a water connection? Well, here what? You have these 5 things to get. Produce these 5 things and wait your turn to get the connection. Right? I can't understand this. TNTech, you want an electricity connection today. They will come and they'll appraise you. And you know what? You have to pay for your own transformer. You have to pay for your own line connection. They're giving you a couple of years and they say, okay, if somebody else comes, then they will share the cost. And if nobody comes, people today, they just wait till the time expire and then come and they will get a free connection. And that is the kind of disappointment that a lot of us today, we are challenged with, we are plagued with in our country. We would like this present government, the United National Congress government, to do some fact-finding mission when it comes to WASA, when it comes to TNTech, when it comes to the telecommunication department like B-Mobile and TSTT and what have you, and any other agency when it comes to immigration. Why it is, one guy, let me just tell you something, and information is coming. Information is coming here. People today, they can go to the immigration office and get status quo of residence in Trinidad and Tobago in a space of 5-6 years' time. This guy came to me during the course of last week and he said to me, Imam, I am applying for the residence in this country. I am living here 19 years. He's living here 19 years and he have not gotten residency. And he told me that people came after him, but they know exactly who to connect with. And they got through. And they are traveling back to their homeland and they are coming here and they are going for vacation and everything. And he is here. He has 2 children in this country who is born and bred here and have grown up in this country. Because when he came with a bag. Then his wife came after. And they had 2 kids here in Trinidad. So those 2 children are citizens of this country. They have documentation. Mother and father doesn't have. But people who come after them, they got through with immigration. So the point he's making to me, Imam, you have to be, and you know what he told me? Hear what he told me? He told me that, Imam, I know that you are a UNC. He told me that that's the reason why he came. He know that I was an activist. I was an activist in the forefront with the United National Congress for many, many years. I'm talking about from beginning to end, up to now. And he came to me asking if I know anybody who can help him. You understand, Trinidad and Tobago? So it's really and truly not who you know. Really and truly not who you know, it is who knows you. That is the only way, really and truly, things can be expedited in this country. So again, that has to be dealt with severely. It has to be dealt with severely by this present government. I'm going to take a break, and when I come back, we're going to close off our program here today. So those of you who are watching our program, share this video. Let people know that they have a voice. They can call us. Let us know what to say. Don't come and criticize the United National Congress government here. Okay, don't criticize the government. Government is merely a month old. Merely a month old. Give them time. The government you're supposed to criticize is the one who oppressed the country for the past 10 years. We were doing it here. We were doing it here, but it seems as though it went into deaf ear and we stayed quiet after a period of time. We were calling on the country to come out there and shut down this place. If you all will recall, we will clip those videos and bring it out for you all. So don't come here today and say, well, here what, let me organize a protest because UNC in power now, we're going to protest against them. Hey, what is the sense? You took 10 years of sufferation. The United National Congress here came. I am satisfied with one thing, that there are people in our country who could not afford to pay the property tax, who were scared out of their wits, who got sick, who got emotional breakdown because of that property tax. And if that is the only thing I would get in this from this station, because I was the person who implemented and who started the resistance against the property tax, RAPT. Right? And when this government came into office and they shut it down and they closed it off, I got my justice. I am happy, I'm satisfied, and I do hope and pray that they are going to find some means and methods how they can maybe assist those persons who paid up already. Because I told you all, the one who didn't pay was people like myself and people who really and truly, who were strong, who wanted to fight it to the end. But there are people who were not so strong like us. I told you all about the lady. She came and she collected that money. It would have been the September threat that was implemented by the finance minister. While today you are seeing that they are in Barbados, enjoying their holidays and so forth. I'm not angry for that. Everybody is entitled to holidays and so forth. But when you threaten people, you threaten them that if they don't pay by this time, chances are they could be penalized and so forth. My friends, that was the thing that bothered me. Right? So let's take a break, Director. When we come back, we're going to close our program. So those of you who are live on
Welcome to Island Express Hardware, where we work with your budget. We supply all paints, all brands, and all sizes. And we are of course the cheapest in Trinidad. We also supply pumps and water tanks, and we also have them in combo deals. Visit us for the best friendly customer service. Need steel, beams, and purlins? We got that. We have top quality lats and boxing board, plyboards, gypsum boards, you name it. Do you love to fish? Have no fear, cause we have all the gears. Visit Island Express Hardware today, located at Rashid Avenue, Kakandi Road, Felicity Shogunas. Welcome to Felicity Banquet Hall, where unforgettable memories are made. We're planning a wedding, birthday party, corporate meeting, or any special gathering. Why choose us? We are spacious, elegant, and fully air-conditioned hall. Customizable seating for up to 200 guests. Beautiful decor and lighting options. On-site kitchen and catering services. We are available 7 days a week. Located at Rashid Avenue, Kakandi Road, Felicity Shogunas. Call the number on the screen today and book now.
Okay, my friends, welcome back to our program Hardfacts that is aired on Sentinel Media Broadcasting. Sentinel Media TT Cabinet. Hey, relax yourself. I remember being in the diplomatic center and I asked the Prime Minister one question. I asked the Prime Minister at that time, that would have been Dr. Keith Rowley. I asked him, I said, how come you only have one Muslim in the cabinet? Huh? So he told me, he already have a big cabinet. And if I want him now to put somebody again as a Muslim to make the cabinet bigger. Hey, Roxo, this is what is happening. People who don't know Imam Rashid Karim, I didn't come in politics yesterday. I was in politics since the inception when I got my ID and I could vote when I reached 18, it would have been, and I could call the names of those persons who I supported. And when I understood clearly, I've been in supportiveness really and truly of anyone who is trying to assist this government, right, to establish, a functioning government that will represent the people properly. So I told you all again, anybody here want to call now and say, we protest against the United National Congress, I am going to highlight those protests. I'm going to bring it here and I'm going to dissect ball-to-ball commentary. Because we were here when the PNM, we were calling on a nationwide shutdown. We were calling on the people to protest against the PNM. You all didn't want that. You all didn't want to support that. So when you come now, I tell you something, the nurses start their thing last 2 weeks. And that was number one protest. We have that in the archive. And we're going to highlight all those protests and all those people who find in voice now to protest against the United National Congress. All right, so again, my friends, as we close off our program, we are calling on the Minister of Homeland Security to come out, be identifiable, let the citizens of our country know of your plan, of some of your plan, that it could be privileged information. Keep it to yourself, keep it to your members of the protective services. But let the citizens of our country know what you all are doing so that we can be able to be part and parcel of supporting those initiatives. That's number one. Number two, as I close off again, we're calling on the Minister of Communication, the Honorable Barry Shiva Padarat. You said something there and I really and truly support. I am supporting all those initiatives where you are talking about prices and taxes. We are talking about increased taxes and we are talking about increase when it comes to the public utilities like WASA and TNTEC. We are in full support of that because again, we cannot be penalized for the bad performance of the PNM government. I am calling on the government of the day to do things in place, put things in place now, right? Do investigation and try to get back all those monies that went missing. Identify where all those monies, especially when it comes to rental of buildings. We were talking about that rental of buildings. We have a building, the library, that was established, was set up by the Honorable Kamal Prasad Bisesa just across by the police station in Shogunas. That's a big building, not underutilized. That could be transformed into something that we could stop paying rental fees. Right now, the health facility in Shogunas, we renting 2 buildings. And when you look at the kind of monies that we are spending in rental costs, we could build 5 health centers. So these are things that we are talking about. We're not talking about joke. We're not talking about, criticizing people. We're talking about performance. We're talking about statistics. We're talking about reality. We're talking about real life thing that is affecting us. We're talking about the food prices. We are talking about that the government in the past, that's the PNM government, they instituted so many criminal taxes against citizens of our country. A simple thing like, somebody wants to bring in a shoe for their children or a child to go to school, or a part for a farmer who wants to bring in a part, right, so that they can be able to fix their tractors or their machinery, their farming machinery, right? All those taxes has to stop. All those online taxes that was implemented as a means of deterring the citizens of our country from shopping abroad and shop locally in their conglomerates. These are the things that we had to talk about, and we would request you all, Trinidad and Tobago, citizens of our country, to come forward and join us on this program, Hardfacts. You don't have to leave your homes. All you need to do is message us, let us know what is going on, call us, shoot a call. We had people calling, even so much so, I tell you something, one guy waiting to call us and he don't have any money in his phone. He want to call the program, he say, "Ma'am, I have a real situation, I wanted this." Now we trying to get him. We trying to get him from the studio end, but we're not getting through with him. So those farmers who are right now in the mangrove, who are waiting on us, we are trying to reach you all. Maybe you are in a dead zone where we can't pick you up, so we do apologize. We are calling on you. If you can call us before the show finish, call us now so that we can be able at least to take some information from you all. What is the status quo of what you have found out so that the government of the day can really and truly bring some help. Right, so again, today is Saturday. I do hope and pray that many of you would really and truly have benefited from our program here. I would like to thank all those persons who have supported us thus far. And those of you who are calling on and asking about my co-host, as I told you all before, the co-host right now, he's doing some courses. He's a lecturer when it comes to Hindu philosophy, and he's carrying on some classes, I think in some institute in San Fernando, and it's 2 or 3 times per week. And you know, coincidentally, those programs, it coincidentally is part of our schedule here, and hence the reason he can't be on the show. But again, Trinidad and Tobago, those of you who are watching, continue watching our program, share our video, and we do thank you all, and God bless you. May God Almighty keep us all safe until Monday.
Welcome to Island Express Hardware, where we work with your budget. We supply all paints, all brands, and all sizes. And we are of course the cheapest in Trinidad. We also supply pumps and water tanks, and we also have them in combo deals. Visit us for the best friendly customer service. Need steel, beams, and purlins? We got that. We have top quality lats and boxing board, plyboards, gypsum boards, you name it. Do you love to fish? Have no fear, cause we have all the gears. Visit Island Express Hardware today, located at Rashid Avenue, Kakandi Road, Felicity Shogunas. Welcome to Felicity Banquet Hall, where unforgettable memories are made. Whether you're planning a wedding, birthday party, corporate meeting, or any special gathering. Why choose us? We are spacious, elegant, and fully air-conditioned hall. Customizable seating for up to 200 guests. Beautiful decor and lighting options. On-site kitchen and catering services. We are available 7 days a week. Located at Rashid Avenue, Kakandi Road, Felicity Shogunas. Call the number on the screen today